بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Math grade 7. Today we will continue our work. We will do revise for area of circle practice. As you remember, when we want to find the circumference of the circle, we have two formulas. The first formula we can use pi times d. And as you remember, the value of pi above 3.14 and d means the diameter of the circle. And we have the second rule, 2 pi r. R means the radius. And as you remember, the relationship between the radius and the diameter, r equal half of d divided by 2. But if I want to solve the area of the circle, we have just one formula, pi r squared. For example number 1, find the area of the circle. Use 3.14 for pi. Round to the nearest 100. Round to the nearest 100 if necessary. طيب. Look to the figure. We have here the radius. The red line here between the center of the circle and the point from the circumference of this circle. So the first step, write the formula A equal pi r squared. Now substitution, A equal, the value of y will be 3.14 times the value of r will be 7.1 squared. So now we can calculate 3.14 times 7.1 squared means 7.1 times 7.1. So the answer will be 158.2874. And the unit meter squared. We can round this answer to the nearest hundredths. This is the hundredths. Look to the right number of 5. So we add 1 to the position here. So will be 9, and here 2.158.29 meter squared. If I want to add question here, if I want to find the circumferences, so start from the formula. I use the first formula or the second formula. Here I have r, so I can use directly the second formula. So we can write here C equal 2 pi r. 2 times the value of pi will be 3.14. So 2 times 3.14 times the value of R will be 7.1. So we can calculate now 2 times 3.14 times 7.1. So the answer will be 44.588 just meter without squared, because here circumferences. If you want to round, this is the hundredths. Look to the right number, 8 up 5, so add 1 to the position. Here will be 9 and here 5.44 meter. Who has any question here?
No question.
Okay. Also here, find the area of the circle. Use 3.14 for the pi. Round to the nearest hundredths if necessary. And here the same idea. The information here we have R. So start from the formula. A equal pi R squared. So pi equal 3.14 times 4.25 squared. So we can calculate now. We have 3.14 times 4.25 squared means 4.25 times 4.25. So the answer will be 56.71 625 inch squared. So if you want to round, this is the hundredths here. Look to the right number of 5. So add 1 to the position. Will be here 27.56 inch squared. I will add also here question, find the circumferences. So to find the circumferences, use the formula C equal to pi R. So 2 times the value of pi will be 3.14 times the value of R will be 4.25.
Mr. What are you calculating the circumference?
I added this question. It is not include this question. I added this question, okay?
Okay.
Because I want to revise the area and the circumference. So we can calculate now 2 times 3.14 times 4.25. So the answer will be 26.69. Inch. We have difference between the unit of the circumference and the unit of the area. Remember that. Always the unit of the area use squared, because here we have r squared. R squared, here use squared. But in the circumference is just we have one r, one dimension. So use inch without squared. Who has any question here?
No questions.
Okay. Here number 3. What is the area of the drum head on the drum? Use 3.14 for pi round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. Look to the figure here. As you see, we have the diameter. We have here the diameter, D. So D equal 14 inch. To find the area of this circle, use the formula by r squared. But as you see, we don't have r here in the information. We have d. So we can solve the r from the d. As you remember, r equal d divided by 2, or the half of the diameter. And the diameter equal 14. Divide by 2. 14 divided by 2 will be 7 inch. Now we can use the formula substitution. The value of y will be 3.14, and the value of r will be 7. Squared. Now we can calculate 3.14 times 7 squared means 7 times 7. So the answer will be 153.86 inch squared. If I want to find the circumference, this is not included in this question, but if I want to find the circumference, as you remember, we have two formulas. We can use the first one. We can use the first formula, C equal pi times D, or we can also use the second formula, 2 pi r. So circumference equal pi times D y equal 3.14 and D equal 14. So we can calculate 3.14 times 14 equal 43.96 inch. Who has any question here?
No questions.
Okay. Here the same idea. What if the area of one side of the penny use 3.14 4 by round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. طيب, as you see here, the information, we have the diameter. So start from the formula A equal by R squared. We don't have R. Solve the R from D. So use the same rule here. R equal D divided by 2. D equal 19. Divide by 2 will be 9.5 millimeter squared. Is it correct here or I have mistake?
But sir, we cannot put square. You can put like millimeter, but you can't put millimeter square.
Great. Because we have one dimension here. So the unit will be millimeter. The unit will be millimeter. Now substitution here. Pi equals 3.14 times R equal 9.5 squared. So now we can calculate. We have 3.14 times 9.5 squared means 9.5 times 9.5. So the answer will be 283.385 millimeter squared. If you want to round this answer, this is the hundredths. Look to the right number. 5 and up, add 1 to the position here. So 8 will be 9. And here 3. Point. We have here 283 millimeter squared. And I can here, if I want to find the circumference, we can use this formula. Here I have D and I have R. So we can use pi times D, or we can use 2 pi R. So the pi here will be 3.14 times 19. Now 3.14 times 19. So 59.66. Millimeter squared. Is it correct or I have mistake here?
You have a mistake. The answer will be 59.66 millimeter, not square.
Great. So I put here in the area millimeter squared because here we have R squared, R times R, 2 dimensions. But here just I have one dimension, D, means use millimeter. Who has any question?
No questions.
Now as you see here we have semicircle. And we want to find the area. So the rule or the formula of the semicircle, 1 over 2 multiply by pi times r squared. And here the information we have r equal 8 and 3 over 4. This is mixed number. And prepare fraction, change it to the fraction. 8 times 4, 32. Now 32 plus 3 will be 35 over 4. Now divide 34 by 4 to change it to the decimal. The answer will be 8.75 feet squared. Is it correct here or I have wrong?
Maybe we shouldn't put square.
Yes,
It
without
should
squared.
be.
Here without squared. Because here one dimension, just r. طيب. Now go back to the formula of the semicircle and substitution. So we have here 1 over 2 multiplied by the value of the pi will be 3.14 multiplied by the value of the r will be 8.75 squared. Now we can calculate. We have here 1 times 3.14 times 8.75 squared means 8.75 times 8.75. So the answer divided by 2. The answer will be 120.20 feet squared. Right. Who has any question here?
No question.
Okay, here the same idea. As you see, we have semicircle, and we have here the r equal 5.5 yard, and we want to find the area. So start from the formula of the semicircle. A equal 1 over 2 multiply by r squared. So here we have 1 over 2 times the value of the pi will be 3.14 times r squared. The value of the r will be 5.5 squared. So now we can calculate 1 times 3.14 times 5.5 squared means 5.5 times 5.5. So the answer divide by 2. So the answer will be 47.50 yard squared. Who has any question here?
No questions.
Clear for all?
Yeah.
Clear.
طيب. Who can read exercise number 9, please?
So can I read?
Yes?
I have a square pie of yellow felt that has an area of 81 square inch. She wants to cut the largest circle possible from the material to create a sun for her art object. What is the area of the filled circle? Use 3.14 for pi. Round to the nearest hundredth if necessary.
طيب. You have 3 minutes. Read it again. Then try to solve this problem. Then tell me what is your answer. Start, please.
Mister, can I answer?
Yes, Fatima.
It will be 20,611.99 inches.
Okay, thank you, Fatima. Who has different answer?
So my answer is same as Fatma.
Okay. And we have here square. And the area of this square will be 81. طيب, who can tell me what is the tall of the side of this square?
Maybe 20.25.
The area of the square will be a squared. This is a. A means the tall of the side of the square. So the area of the square will be a squared. طيب, we know the area 81. So a squared equal 81. Means a equal what? Which number here? Do it square to this number will be 81. Who can tell me? أعطوني عدد أضربه بنفسه يعطيني الجواب 81. ممتاز. So A equal 9 inch. طيب. We know now this side. We want now to draw the biggest circle. يعني this is nearestly. طيب, how to know the information to find the area of the circle? Try to draw the radius. The radius, the line between the circle of the center of the circle and any point in the circumference of this circle. طيب, as you see here, the circle equal the half of the side. The circle, sorry, the radius equal the half of the side of the square. طيب, so R equal A divided by 2 means 9 divided by 2 will be 4.5. Now we know the radius, we can write the formula of the area of the circle, pi r squared. The value of the pi will be 3.14 times the radius will be 4.5 squared. So we can calculate now. We have 3.14 times 4.5 times 4.5. So the answer will be 63.59 inch squared. The number 10, the same idea, 11, 12. طيب. You can solve it in your home, and if you have any problem, you can tell me, inshallah, next period, I will explain. And this is here we have many important ideas. I want from all to try, and inshallah, you can ask me if you have any problem. Yes? Yes, raise your voice, please. Okay, Layan.
Why did you write 63 minus 59?
Point, this is point. 63.59. Okay, Layan?
Okay.
Okay, let us to take attendance. Then you can leave. Aliazia?
موجودة مستر.
Rebecca?
Here.
Sarah? 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 Selma? Selma?
Here.
طيف?
Here, Mr.
عفرة?
Yes, Mr.
فاطمة؟ فاطمة؟ لمار؟
Here.
ريان?
Present.
Okay, this is our video today. Thank you for your listening. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.